each of these marketing millionaires has something in common. Can you guess what it is? Each of them have gone from ordinary working class people to some of the most profound and wealthiest marketing machines on the planet. But the thing that they don't have in common is the time that it took them to get there. So why does it take some people so little time to make millions of dollars while others just never seem to progress? Well, there's an old saying that says a man is only as good as his tools. And while I don't believe that's completely true, a skilled craftsman paired with the right tool is an insanely powerful combination. So each one of these marketing millionaires had not just the humility to learn from others, an insane work ethic, but they also had the right tools for the job. So today we're going to discuss the top tools to grow your business or agency right now. And these are all of the softwares we're reviewing today. So first of all, let's discuss pricing. I feel like most of us flock to the pricing section of a website faster than seagulls to a picnic at the beach. So it's definitely appropriate to start here. First of all, we have Clickfunnels. And the main thing you see here is it's not adding a ton of extra features in terms of the pricing plans, but the amount of users and contacts that you can have on each plan does increase. So we have the lowest at $149 and the highest at $297. This is pretty classic for most marketing softwares, trying to charge you per user so that as your business grows, they extract more money from you. Following this up with Kajabi, a very similar setup and starting price point, with the main differences between the plans being more of each feature and more contacts and users. You can see on the middle and higher tier plans, there are a couple cool features like adding an affiliate program, having 24 chat support, and having a custom code editor that you might need if you're really taking this seriously. Following up Kajabi, we have Builderall, and this is a pretty much all-in-one tool that has a ton of very unique features. They start all the way down at $17 a month, which is pretty impressive, and their highest caps out at $247 a month. And you can check the screen right now to see the difference between each plan. To be honest, the $17 per month plan doesn't really seem to be worth much at all, especially with only 100 email subscribers, not super helpful. But the $97 plan does have a ton of value and most of the features that you would need to run your business. Upgrading to the $247 a month plan is some really premium features that most people won't need. So I really think they're trying to get people to fall to that $97 a month plan. They recently had a really big pricing change here, and I think that's where they're trying to push most people. All right, next up we have Kartra. I was actually super impressed with the features of Kartra. They're coming in a little bit cheaper than the first two we saw, but also a lot more expensive on the top end for all of the features. Again, you can check the screen for the differences between each of these plans. You're going to get most everything you need on their middle tier for $229 a month. And if you want even more than that with pretty much unlimited flexibility, that's $549 a month. This next one has some pretty insane pricing, Systeme.io. They actually start out with a free plan for up to 2,000 contacts. And that allows you to send unlimited emails, which is pretty insane. They do have some limited stuff on their free plan, but to be honest, for somebody just starting their business and not having a lot of budget, Systeme is a really, really good place to start because you can have one course, one community, and unlimited email sent out to 2,000 people, which you could scale up with pretty quickly. But I think the craziest part about their pricing page is actually their unlimited plan, which is just $97 a month for absolutely unlimited of everything you see on the screen. I would say this is pretty much just the less expensive version of Clickfunnels. They'll even help you with free migration and a free one-on-one onboarding session if you just sign up for the $97 a month plan, which is pretty insane. But that brings me to our last software today, which is Highlevel. And Highlevel has a pretty different pricing structure to most of these because they don't charge per contact or per user like every single one of these has been limiting their plans with. They throw that all out the window and say you can have unlimited users, unlimited contacts, unlimited emails on any of their plans, beginning with their lowest, the $97 a month plan. The only difference with this one compared to the other plan, besides a couple of premium features, is that you can only have 3 sub accounts. And this is because Highlevel is designed to be put under your own brand and resold. So for that $97 a month, you can run your own business and 2 other businesses, whether those be clients or just other sub locations that you want to have. And besides some nominal text and email costs, which Highlevel has to pay for, and therefore they rebill at a 10% discount off market rate, I should mention, that's all you have to pay. Next up on their $297 plan, you can have unlimited accounts. So that's the upgrade from the 3 accounts. And then on their $497 plan, this is where you can have automatic sub account creation and sell your own software with a pricing page where people go to check out and it creates their own account. Pretty insane model here, especially considering that on the $297 and $497 plan, you can rebill or upsell your customers the text and email costs. So you don't actually bear those extra fees, your clients do. And if you're upselling them on the $497 plan, you can make a little bit of extra money for every text and every email that gets sent inside your account. So hopefully that gives you a clear picture on pricing. But now I want to point out some of the standout features builders in each one of these softwares and help you get a lay of the land as to what's best for different use cases. But before I do that, I want to tell you a quick story that my friend told me the other day. It's only about 10 minutes long, so just bear with me. Just kidding, of course. Let's get right into it. So first of all, let's cover what you're going to get with every single one of these softwares. The answer is a funnel/website builder and a place to host courses. Each one of these knows that people that use it need to host online courses. It's a really big market. It's just getting bigger. And of course, to sell those courses, they need landing pages and websites. Now, you're not going to find a massive difference between all of the builders here. This is basically a commodity at this point. You can't really go wrong signing up for any of these. They're going to be pretty solid. This same thing also goes for email marketing. Each one of these is going to have the ability to send emails natively so that you can, again, sell more courses and digital products. Now, the place where some of these start to kind of stand out from the crowd, so to speak, is in the communities feature. So as we know, it's not just about the course, it's about the community that you pair that course with and helping people get results. And the only softwares on this list that have communities are going to be Kajabi, Systeme, and Highlevel. Now, this is a super cool feature that helps you not having to go to another software like School or using a Facebook group and just having everything inside the one app with it integrated and not having to plug in Zapier, etc. So definitely something to consider. However, if you're watching this, you're like, I'm not a course seller, I have a local business, or I sell a service or something like that, definitely stay tuned because I'm going to talk about how each one of these excels with different business models. Now, the next thing each one of these softwares has, but the functionality built into it is completely different depending on the software, is their workflow builder and CRM. I see these going hand in hand. So the CRM is, hey, here's my contact, here's all the information about the contact, any tags, any info they filled out on forms, etc. But the workflow builder is what allows me to automate things around that contact. For example, somebody opts in, I give them a text, I email them, maybe even call them. And again, each one of these softwares varies widely in terms of the functionalities of the workflow builder and the CRM. So I'm going to rank them here in terms of how much functionality they actually have and what you're able to do, because this is a key consideration considering how important automation and AI are becoming in today's marketplace. So in last place here, I'm going to put Kajabi. And this kind of makes sense because they're only focused on digital products and courses, and not a lot of CRM and workflow stuff is required for that. So Kajabi only allows emails to be sent through their workflow builder. They do have a pipeline system built and some other automation capabilities, but again, the fact that you can only send emails severely limits what you can actually do from an automation perspective. Next up is Clickfunnels. They're trying to build more here, but you can only automate a few different things in their workflow builder, and it just isn't super useful. It's not going to save you a ton of time. So that brings us to fourth place, which I'm going to put Kartra in there. They're ahead because they have a few more options in terms of automation, and you can send SMS messages, which definitely puts them ahead of Kajabi. Next up, tied for second/third place here, is Builderall and Systeme. They definitely have a lot more actions that you can take inside of their workflow builder. They're very versatile, kind of all-in-one softwares, but they don't have nearly as many workflow and automation capabilities as GoHighlevel, which is absolutely insane in terms of the workflow capabilities. For context here, Highlevel's workflow builder, last time I checked, has 59 things that you can trigger off of, not to mention one of those triggers is an external webhook, so it can literally trigger off anything, and 62 actions that can come after the triggers. You can build really complex stuff. It's really like choose your own adventure. And because Highlevel is not just catered to online businesses, in fact, it started out in kind of the small local business space, you've got everything from calling and texting to Facebook and TikTok lead form submissions that can trigger an AI chatbot that responds to your leads via SMS. Like, it's just insane, and none of these other ones really touches it. So while they're ranked here, Highlevel is certainly head and shoulders above the rest in terms of the automation capability. Oh yeah, another really cool action that I just remembered that wouldn't be in any of these other software is sending something like a proposal or an estimate that's legally binding. So check off another feature you can get rid of with Highlevel, and not only get rid of it, but automate it inside of your existing workflows. It's beautiful. Now, when it comes to the CRM side of things, it's sort of exactly the same as the workflow builder here. If you don't have as many workflow actions, you're basically just going to have basic CRM capabilities like having a tag, maybe some form submission information, whatever else it is. And I'd pretty much line these all up in terms of order exactly the same. Highlevel, again, being head and shoulders above everyone with things like automatic attribution, like where did this person come from and where have they progressed? Custom objects, meaning that you not only can have a person inside of your CRM, but you could have like a car or a pet if you were an auto shop or a veterinarian, for example, and the ability to call, which none of these other apps offer at all. Another important thing to note that's just becoming more and more relevant is the mobile app that each one of these offers. Now, there's sort of two categories of mobile apps in this space, and one is going to be a lead management / analytics app where you can see what's going on, see appointments, leads, talk back back and forth with people. And then the other one is the Learner app, going back to the courses we were talking about before. Can you converse with people in the community and tune into the course videos or calls from the mobile app that this software has? Now, on the analytics / lead management side of things, Clickfunnels does have its own app, but it's really sort of a marketing app for Clickfunnels where they get you to listen to more of their content, but it does have analytics from your funnels, but no messaging. And as far as I know, this is only available for Clickfunnels 1.0, so I don't even know why I'm mentioning it here. Kartra, Systeme, and Builderall don't have mobile apps at all, but Kajabi actually has two. One is the Kajabi Creator app, which allows you to manage the leads by giving them access to communities and different offers. But as far as I know, you can't actually send messages through that app. Then their other app is actually split up into two apps. So they have three. One is the Kajabi just courses app, and then they have the Kajabi Communities app where you can talk back and forth with people inside of their communities feature. The only other one on this list with a mobile app worth mentioning is the Highlevel app, and this is for lead management and by far the most robust one on here. You can text, Facebook, and Instagram DM, email, and call people back and forth on the app, check your schedule, check opportunities, move things back and forth, and they even have the option to create a white label mobile app of the version for your white labeled software. I haven't heard amazing things about this program. A lot of people just end up using the default lead connector or Go Highlevel app, but it is an option there, and you can even add your own custom menu links inside of the app for your customers to be able to access whatever they need to for your white label software. And as for the Learner app with communities and courses, they're coming out with a single app where these are married together beautifully in Q1 of 2024, so pretty soon. And this should be pretty insane. Right now with courses, you can have a progressive web app where people can still access it. It looks like an app on their phone, but really it's just taking them to like Safari. Not a massive deal, still works really well, and you can access the course on your phone, which is the important part. So I think going through a lot of those key features will give you a good idea of kind of the lay of the land and where some of these apps stand out or fall short. But I want to talk about some key features that each one of these softwares has and might push you over the edge in any given direction. For Systeme, I think their main differentiator here is their free plan and the fact that their paid plan is only $97, as we talked about earlier. It's really all unlimited, and it seems to be better than Clickfunnels in many ways. As far as I can tell, they don't really have any upsells. They even give you unlimited context on the $97 a month plan, and it just seems like a really solid choice if you're running an online business and basically just need a Clickfunnels alternative. You're not planning on reselling anything, you don't want to get fancy. It's solid. Now, Builderall, man, don't get me started here. There are so many random things that they have included here. I really don't know what Builderall is up to. They seem to be all in one, but all in one in like the weirdest way. For example, they have a magazine builder where you can literally design digital magazines to promote your services, share promotions, and show products. It looks cool and all. Maybe it's just kind of like Canva built into the software so you can build PDFs and stuff like that. But again, they're just sort of stretching out into random stuff, which brings me to my next example with Builderall, which is their food delivery app. You can create your own food delivery online application where you can manage all of the orders and delivery via WhatsApp. Why? I don't know. Maybe they had one customer that wanted this and they just decided to build it. But if you're into magazines and food delivery, Builderall might be the right choice for you. Now, I know I'm making fun of them a little bit, but some other cool features that Builderall has that nobody else has is a mockup studio. So again, sort of similar to their magazine builder, you can build ebooks, mockups, 3D objects, business cards, and other stuff so that you can use those graphics in your funnels and websites. And they also have a social proof pop-up, which feature you've probably seen around on different websites, but they have this natively, which none of these other softwares do. Okay, moving on to Kartra. I was actually really impressed with Kartra and the differentiation that they're putting into their product. There are three key things here that make them different than everybody else in this video, and that is their webinars feature. Yes, you can host like real webinars similar to Zoom or GoToWebinar, but directly through Kartra with some limits to attendees and hosts and stuff. Check their pricing page for more info. Their help desk feature, which I thought was quite cool. You can have a full-on ticketing system, and their funnel mapper / simulator. So you can put all steps of your funnel, and instead of just having to map that out in a separate software and try to plug it into Kartra, every single lead that comes through actually gets mapped, and you can visually see where it's flowing inside of the simulator. There's a lot of ads going around right now for a similar app called Garu. I believe Russell Brunson bought it or owns part of it, and it does this same exact thing, but of course it's a separate fee from your Clickfunnels subscription. Kajabi's main differentiating feature we already talked about, which was the communities and the mobile apps, which brings me to Clickfunnels. To be honest, I don't see a ton of super standout features in Clickfunnels. I would really end up using Systeme over them, especially given some of the reliability issues with churning out new features, having those features actually work, having their software crash on Black Friday. I just wouldn't host my company on Clickfunnels anymore. That's just 100% how I feel at this point. Now, that brings me to my favorite topic of conversation, which is Highlevel. The main difference here is the fact that it's built to be white labeled and resold. Only one other software on this list, which is Builderall, has a similar feature, but even then it's not truly white labeled. It's just you being able to sell multiple websites under their agency account, which is that $247 a month plan. And this feature is no joke. There are people making millions and millions of dollars a year reselling high-level sub accounts with their own brand, adding value in a different way, marketing it a different way. And Highlevel's super happy to have them on board because every single time someone sends a text or an email, they make a little bit of money. And so it all just works together in this beautiful system. Highlevel also has one of the most supportive communities that I've ever seen around a software. I think everyone's just so excited to have a software that actually works that they're really rallying around it. And even if there's some sort of mistake or one of the new features they come out with doesn't have 100% of the functionality that somebody wants, there's a really big community of people willing to help them. It's actually a really cool thing to watch. Additionally, Highlevel stands out in its catering to local businesses. They're the only ones that really have this integrated chat feature where you can talk to anybody using any platform. You can do review and reputation management. You can call, you can leave voicemails. And of course, the stuff that they're building out with conversational AI, image AI, written AI, all of that is super, super helpful. And the fact that you can just resell this to anyone and everyone that you want to is the icing on the cake. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm not biased and I don't get affiliate commissions from Highlevel. I totally do, but I also use them every day and truly believe that they are the best deal out there. Now, not everybody's interested in just unlimited features, and there is a lot in Highlevel. It's a complicated software to learn, and that's why I have $8,000 worth of bonuses that you can access that teach you how to use the software, how to resell the software, and get you started with templates and automations of your own that I used inside of my $80,000 a month marketing agency that I sold. Of course, if one of these other softwares seems to suit you better, I also have links for them below. If you click that link, it will help support this channel, help me make more helpful videos like this that take a lot of time to research, produce, and edit. So I very much appreciate you using those links down below. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.